Oval faces have long been considered a classic ideal in beauty, but did you know that the way we apply blush to them has changed dramatically over time? For centuries, the standard was to place a simple circle of color right on the apple of the cheek. Think of the porcelain dolls and portraits from the Victorian era. The goal was to mimic a youthful, innocent flush. It was all about creating a look of health and vitality, a rosy glow that suggested you'd just come in from a brisk walk. This technique was simple, direct, and universally applied, regardless of face shape. It was the only way people knew as we moved into the 20th century, particularly around the 1920s and 30s. Makeup artistry began to evolve. The focus shifted from a simple, natural flush to a more sculpted and defined look. This is when the idea of contouring first started to take hold, although it wasn't called that yet. For oval faces, makeup artists discovered that applying blush in a soft, round shape could sometimes make the face appear wider or rounder than it actually was. It disrupted the natural, balanced proportions of the oval shape. The goal became not just to add color, but to enhance the bone structure that was already there. The 1940s and 50s brought a new level of glamour, heavily influenced by Hollywood. Screen sirens became the beauty icons, and their makeup was all about creating drama and definition for the camera. This is when the real breakthrough happened for oval faces. Artists began to sweep blush upwards, moving away from the apple of the cheek and directing the color towards the temples. This simple change had a powerful effect. It lifted the face, elongated the cheekbones, and created a more sophisticated, elegant line. Instead of just adding a pop of color, the blush was now being used to sculpt and enhance the face's natural V-shape, drawing the eye upwards and creating a sense of lift. This technique was a game changer. It worked with the natural balance of the oval face instead of against it. By blending the color diagonally from the high point of the cheekbone up towards the hairline, it complemented the gentle tapering of the jawline. It was a subtle shift, but it made all the difference in creating a polished, harmonious look. It wasn't about changing the face shape, but celebrating it. This method avoided adding unnecessary width to the middle of the face, which the old apple technique could sometimes do. It was all about creating a seamless flow of color that enhanced the bone structure beautifully. In the 60s and 70s, makeup trends became more experimental. We saw everything from bold, graphic lines to a very natural, almost no makeup look. But through all these changes, the principle of lifting the blush for an oval face remained a core technique for professional makeup artists. It was the secret to achieving that chiseled, model-esque look. As we moved into the 80s, blush became much bolder and more dramatic. Think of the strong, vibrant stripes of color sweeping up the cheekbones. While the intensity was different, the placement was the same upwards and outwards, towards the temples. The fundamental principle of lifting and defining remained consistent. Today, we have access to more knowledge about makeup than ever before. We understand that one size doesn't fit all. The modern approach to blush on an oval face is a refined version of that classic Hollywood technique. We use softer, more blendable formulas, but the placement is key. Starting on the high point of the cheekbones, just above where you'd place contour, and blending upwards and back towards the temples creates a natural-looking lift. It's a method that has stood the test of time because it's based on the principles of light, shadow, and anatomy. It's not about following a fleeting trend, but about understanding your own face and using makeup to bring out your best features. This evolution shows us how a small change in application can completely transform a look, taking it from simply pretty to truly sculpted and sophisticated.